softness of the sponge. And so what we do is we research what it looks like, and we have an artist carve into foam like he's doing there, and we create as close as we can a replica of it. And we create a mold from it, and then we pour our material in it and come up with a piece that will actually be cleaned up and used in the aquarium.
2,300 pieces of coral are made specifically for the Newport Aquarium.
It's easy to maintain, and things like the coral are important because you don't want to take coral from a natural environment and destroy from what's out there in nature, but better to replicate it, and then you don't have the maintenance issues and the ecological concerns.
Completing the interior of the shark tank required the attachment of rock-faced skins to the framework, giving the illusion of a natural rock wall beneath the sea. The stone entrances were fabricated using concrete.
What we do is we spray it onto a certain shape, basic rough shape. We texture it, we let it set, and then we just come back and pick out cracks and try to enhance what we have already.
Rock and Waterscape also transformed a section of the aquarium into a swampland, where alligators lurk beneath a wooden footbridge. To give a realistic feel to this area, PVC pipe was smothered with a hybrid plastic mixture. Once dried and painted, the effect was truly rustic.
If they look at this and don't even pay attention to it, then we've done our job.
Rock and Waterscape spent nearly 8 months completing the underwater habitats, each carefully created to reflect a specific region.
We have looked at the various aquariums throughout the world and realized that we wanted to do something that is a cut above all of them. And we think we accomplished that by taking a different approach than all of them have taken, and that's an entertainment approach to the presentations of marine life. They're all scientifically correct in their presentations, but we chose to present it in a way that will make it interesting, and if it's interesting to the viewing public, they will be educated in the process.
With your first step into the aquarium, you will be greeted by a spectacular sight. An enormous humpback whale breaches the Arctic waters. It was produced by Skyline Design, a company based in Chicago.
The whale was really exciting when we got that project because, first of all, of its size, it's 25 foot high, and we immediately began thinking about how to transport it here, how many pieces it should be in, and we decided on transporting it in one piece.
Made out of foam and fiberglass, installation of this large mammal became quite a challenge.
Okay. It's actually just as thick as it can get through that door, so we had to make our own special short dollies that would allow it to glide really low on the ground.
Once the body of the whale is erected, the fins are carefully attached. Although impressive, the humpback whale is just one of the many accents added to the aquarium.
A lot of our sculpture, I think, really gives it a kind of larger-than-life feeling for people to see, like a large seahorse. I think it's just something that people recognize visually, and then you just see it on a large scale like that, and it's always exciting. Go all the way to the top, though, and see where this one's going to get mounted. My favorite area would have to be the pirate ship. I worked a lot on that project personally, and there's a good feeling of a ship there, there's a good feeling of a port side. The way the screen interacts with the shark tank, I think, is really good. I think everything came together really nice there.
Careful attention to detail is what sets the Newport Aquarium apart from others. Adorning the walls are grand-scale scenes depicting various underwater environments and aquatic wildlife. Each hand-painted mural is the work of one talented artist, Eric Henn.
I work off of photographs, and I do have it in my mind of how I think it should look completed, and I use that for pretty much my blueprint.
In the midst of all the construction, a masterpiece begins to take shape.
I'm at an early stage, and I'm sure it'll quiet down somewhat, but the noise doesn't really affect me because I'm used to working in refineries doing murals on oil tanks.